So you'll gladly cash it in for a wheelbarrow full of money and sit back while everyone else on their Facebook page is in tears. I lost my 401k. I was just ready to retire. Unless you're my age, you're not ready to retire. So, well, it's that economy, man. Yeah, one of those down years, you know. We're in recovery, though, right? The official story said that in 2009 the recession ended. And now you're hearing Federal Reserve and them. Yeah, things aren't going quite as planned. We couldn't afford seeing this. Unexpected, right? Unexpected rise in unemployment and everything else, right? Unexpectedly. I love that. I love that term. Unexpectedly. President unexpectedly mobbed by police officers. Now that is unexpectedly. Let me tell you something. So, that's about all I got for you right now. And we'll just see how things play out over the next coming weeks. And keep in mind what I just said real quick. The Federal Reserve, Federal Reserve is this close to surpassing Japan in owning our own treasury bonds. That close. It's this close to surpassing China, the world's largest holder of treasury bonds. And I just read to you the other day, a couple days ago, in my other video, how China's ex-Federal Reserve, their central bank, basically, they don't have Federal Reserve, but same thing, they have a central bank. The ex-highest guy, like Ben Bernanke, over there in China, said the dollar can only go down. We know this. China has a lot of debt. They've already sold 10% off of the treasury bonds, and they need to hurry up and sell some more soon. He just said it. The data is out there. The information is out there. This isn't a conspiracy. I show it to people. Well, anybody can see the dollar's down. I don't need a web bot for that. Everyone knows the dollar's going to... Then where are your videos? Where are your videos telling people this 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, 6 months ago? Anything. I've been emailing people forever. I had another YouTube account I used to use too. And I got rid of that, and this is the one I use now. But anyways... what did you do to prepare? Everyone comes out now that it's painfully obvious, and even some people, most people still don't come out and think that it's true. But people are now coming out, well, it's obvious now, the economy is definitely going down. Everybody can see that. I don't need a web bot to tell me that. Where's your, did you get silver 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago? Did you stock up on food supplies just in case some issues come up? Have you seen the price of wheat lately? Have you seen the prices of food lately? Have you noticed in the grocery store certain cans of items that said X number of ounces? Hey, the price went up 10 cents for that can. Well, that's alright. But what else did you notice that you probably didn't notice? It went down half an ounce or a full ounce. Same size can, but the product inside the can, not 8 ounces, 7.5, 7, 6, whatever. Pay attention. Do you? No. Why? Because you expect the news. The mainstream media will make you informed, right? Yeah, tell me who this is. We report. You decide. Yeah, okay. No, you propagandize people, and then they'll decide. And an uninformed person is going to decide the same way the propaganda wants them to decide. But if someone like me and others out there show you that that's propaganda, that's nonsense, that's garbage, here's real data right here. Take a look, bam. And if you refuse, I don't believe it. That's just, it'll be all right. We'll recover. My dad goes to a place that makes pallets, one of his accounts. Remember, he's vending. One of his accounts. Guy's got it made. Been quite wealthy all of his life. Had the business forever. Man, he tells my dad, man, I'm really concerned now. You know, I was really expecting this recovery that they've been talking about to take effect now. I'm losing customers left and right. I could go get new customers, but if I get new customers, I'm going to have to try to get them away from whatever pallet company they're using to come to me. So I'm going to have to undercut them, because that's the only way the new person's coming to me, is if I can beat their price. And I'm going to lose even more money if I do that. So I can't do that, so I've just got to hang on to what I've got right now and try to wear this out, and I keep losing more and more customers. Man, thought that recovery would be here by now. Of course you did. Why? Because you thought the news was telling you the truth the whole time. They told you it was coming. It's right there. It's still coming. It's just a little slower than we thought. Just a little bit. But now, well, Yeah, things aren't looking so good. What does that mean? Oh, and here's something else I wanted to mention to you. This is good. After TARP and bailout and all this crap that was going on, we noticed the Federal Reserve's uh, balance sheet increases by $2 trillion. And you can see by this chart that it went up $2 trillion. And we want to know, where did the money go? We're not going to tell you. But it's the people's money, correct? Yeah. They have to pay that back somehow, right? Yeah. Don't you think they should know? I mean, isn't it legally binding that they know? Well, no. We're the Fed, and we deal with issues of monetary policy. So Alan Grayson, Orlando, Florida's congressman, asked him, where'd the money go? He starts stuttering. Can you tell us where the money went? We want to know where the money went. The American people want to know. No. That's Bernanke's answer. No. And I thought about something. Where did that money go? And I thought for a while, it probably went to England and all over the EU. Their central banks, they took our money because their dollar was collapsing. Them printing $2 trillion is going to make our dollar collapse too. But if theirs collapses, because it was already collapsing, we pump theirs up a little bit or not necessarily pump theirs up, but theirs is going down. Ours is going to go down too, but when we put the $2 trillion out there to those banks, but theirs is already sinking, their dollar, right? $1.40, $1.50 to our $1, whatever it was, for a while. And then it comes down to 120, 117, while our dollar is rising to 80, 85. Dollars doing great. No, it's not, you bozo. You have two ships sinking. The EU, European Union, the euro, and the US dollar. This one's sinking faster, but this one is also sinking. But the illusion on the people over here, the USA, hey, they're actually sinking over there. We're rising. This is great. No, you bumbling moron. They're both sinking. This one is just sinking faster. That's all that happened. The dollar did lose some value, as you can see in your daily lives. Electric bills, water bills, groceries, everything. It's going up. But the dollar was 85. How could that be? Because it's compared heavily against the euro. So what? But here's my new theory. And maybe they gave some of that money over there. Maybe they didn't give any. What if, since the President's Working Group was created in, I believe, 1989 or 87, after the 87 crash, I think it was 1989, that allows a backdoor into the Fed from this group to keep markets stable at any cost. And no one can check them out, no one audits anything, just keep the market stable. So what if the Federal Reserve printed that $2 trillion, handed it over to the President's Working Group, also known as the Plunge Protection Team, and told them the market's down to 7,000, right? It was up to 14,000, Dow 14,000 down to 7,000 in a pretty quick hurry in April of 2009. And then miraculously, from that day forward, the market's just been going up. All other news is terrible. Worst unemployment, worst job losses, worst businesses closing, worst recession that we can find in however many years. You name it. But the stock market's climbing. Remember what Lindsey Williams said? It's going to climb. They're going to make it climb. And when they're done, they will pull the rug out from under it and clean everybody out who decided to be a sucker and get back into it. But as the stock market's climbing, what if they use that $2 trillion to pump up that stock market? And I thought about this today. One of the questions Bernanke did answer when being questioned about that $2 trillion is, well, why won't you tell the people and us questioning you right now where the money went? Why can't you tell us? His answer, Bernanke, because it would have a negative effect on the markets. Oh, really? Now, and I thought, well, just because you gave a bunch of banks money, I mean, would that really have the bad effect on the market and the stock markets? I mean, it could, but I just held on to that. Thought, well, maybe that was the reason. And now think about it: if they use that $2 trillion to pump up the stock market falsely, but they've got a law in place that allows them to do so. So sorry about your luck and sorry about my luck. But if they did that, that's where the $2 trillion went. That would affect and make him answer the way he did, by saying it would adversely affect the markets in a negative way. Why? Because if you found out that the Federal Reserve, through the little backdoor loop of the plunge protection team, used that $2 trillion to pump up the market, that means the federal government owns the market. It would cause everyone else to just say, what the hell is this? There's no one buying. It's the federal. It's one person, one entity buying everything. It's a manipulation. It would cause the market to crash. Now that's something to think about.